If you feel like there's something out there that you're supposed to be doing, if you have a passion for it, then stop wishing and just do it. If you're passionate about your work, it makes the people around you want to be involved too. I don't like the saying, keep your friends close and enemies closer. I want my enemy on a different planet. I'm a comedian, so I'm not waiting around for someone to write a part for me. I don't have to wait for somebody else to create my next job. I have the ability to basically write my own ticket. You can't make a woman happy. That's like trying to cure a fatal disease. The goal is to treat the symptoms so you can comfortably live with the illness. I hate when women compare men to dogs. Men are not dogs. Dogs are loyal. I've never found any strange panties in my dog's house. I don't understand why people really get upset about something that doesn't affect them at all. I guess because of my act. People think that I say things they want to say and that they can just come up and say anything to me. There are just so many more laws and rules that apply with marriage that do not come with domestic partnership, and also to me, it's the commitment. When I am outside at night by myself, every person turns into a pedophile, so I tend to walk a little faster than usual, and then I sprint. I was really gifted at being able to construct a joke, but it's like they weren't even memorable. My first jokes, because they were so about nothing. If something stinks, I say it stinks, but I try to massage it a little and not be as cutting. Come behind it with a joke. Hey, I cut you deep, but now let me put a couple of stitches in you. I'm like, if you do something dumb, I'll write about it. If you put something out there, to me it's like you're kind of asking for it. There's times when I'm really shy, so these roles that I get to play, they're how I would love to really be. And that's why I love doing stand-up, because it gives me the freedom to say what I really want to say. I think that's why it's my favorite thing to do. And then also I think it's harder for women because comedy is so opposite of being ladylike. It seems like when I first started, people got into comedy because they wanted to be good comedians. I enjoy stand-up because it has the biggest reward, instant gratification. You can hear the people laughing. People say, well, don't you regret not having kids? And I go, no, not really. And then if they keep asking, I always say this, well, you know, maybe I'll adopt. But I don't mean that. It's just something I say to make me sound like a nicer person. Being gay is harder than being black. I didn't have to come out black. I didn't have to tell my parents about what it's like to be black. As soon as you say I do, you'll discover that marriage is like a car. Both of you might be sitting in the front seat, but only one of you is driving. And most marriages are more like a motorcycle than a car. Somebody has to sit in the back, and you have to yell just to be heard. My worlds collide. When one thing happens, it just starts a domino effect. Everything else goes on. It wasn't until I became more confident with myself and I put myself forward instead of the jokes. At first it was put the jokes out there and I'm just behind the jokes. But I understand that relationship. I understand how the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship has so many conflicts because it's so forced. I'm finally just relaxed and comfortable with who I am. My neighbor, she invited me to an Elvis party. I told her I couldn't come, cause I'd be too busy making fun of her from behind my blinds. I felt like I was being attacked, personally attacked. Our community was attacked. Now, I gotta get in their face. I'm proud to be a woman. I'm proud to be a black woman. And I'm proud to be gay. Okay, so there's no TV shows, no movies going on, fine. But I love going on stage and performing stand-up, so my situation is a little better than someone who's strictly just an actor or actress. To me, political office should be like jury duty. You should just get a notice in mail one day and be like, I'm Secretary of State. Next month, some government workers are dedicated and work hard, but most of them are just waiting to retire. Once you start making money, you can be an ass, but I am not an ass. I'm too lazy. That takes a lot of energy. You know, the economy is bad when illegals start complaining that Americans are taking their jobs. Good comics stick around. There are people who have TV shows that might be successful, but comics can't really fake it. If you say, hey, I love what you guys are doing, you're funny, then you're in. It's legit. That word sassy, it haunts me. I keep getting the sassy thing. I really can't pinpoint the one moment when I said I want to be a comic. All these teenagers tell us how much they want to grow up, and then when they do, they want to be young again. I feel today's society is so judgmental. I sat down and wrote some jokes and went to the talent show, got up on stage, fell in love with it, and never turned back. How can you stop people from loving each other? How can you get upset about loving? I was funny around my family. They're pretty funny too. I like doing a bunch of different things, being all over the place. Now, I think the people who are still doing stand-up are doing it because they love stand-up. I work hard. The staff and crew see how much energy I put into this project, and it makes them step up. What gets me is when celebrities aren't allowed to have an opinion on anything political. There's the whole shut up and sing thing. It's easier to rip somebody to shreds while you're making them laugh. Writers get to stay with the piece. They don't just turn the script in and somebody else takes it over and goes out and produces it and edits it and all that stuff. We stay with the piece all the way through. Wanda Sykes, born March 7, 1964, was born in Portsmouth, Virginia. Her family moved to Maryland when she was in the 3rd grade. Her mother, Marion Louise Peoples, worked as a banker, and her father, Harry Ellsworth Sykes, was a U.S. Army colonel employed at the Pentagon. Wanda attended Arundel High School in Gambrills, Maryland, and went on to graduate from Hampton University, where she earned a Bachelor of Science degree in marketing and became a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. After college, her first job was as a contracting specialist at the National Security Agency, where she worked for 5 years. Wanda is an American stand-up comedian, actress, and writer. She was first recognized for her work as a writer on The Chris Rock Show, for which she won a Primetime Emmy Award in 1999. In 2004, Entertainment Weekly named Wanda as one of the 25 funniest people in America. She is also known for her recurring roles on CBS, The New Adventures of Old Christine 2006-10, and HBO's Curb Your Enthusiasm 2001. She received Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series nominations for her roles in ABC's Black-ish 2015-2022 and Amazon's The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel 2020. She currently stars in the Netflix original series The Upshaws 2001, the HBO Max comedy series The Other to 2019-2023, and The Good Fight 2021. Aside from her television appearances, Wanda has also had a career in film, appearing in Monster-in-Law 2005, My Super Ex-Girlfriend 2006, Evan Almighty 2007, and License to Wed 2007, as well as voicing characters in animated films such as Over the Hedge, Barnyard, Brother Bear 2, All in 2006, Rio 2011, 2 sequels of the Ice Age franchise, 2001 to 2016, and Ugly Dolls 2019.